Nothing hits harder than building a connection with a woman who seems genuinely into you. The chemistry is there, the conversations are deep, you're both enjoying each other's company. And then, out of nowhere, she starts pulling away. Suddenly, she's distant, slow to respond, or just not as engaged. You start questioning everything. Was it something you said? Something you did? You replay every interaction, searching for clues, trying to make sense of it. Today, I'm breaking down why women often pull away just when things seem to be going great. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to respond with the calmness and certainty of a Stoic. How to keep your frame, protect your peace, and maintain your value no matter what. This isn't about chasing, begging, or trying to win her back. This is about clarity, self-respect, and emotional discipline, the true marks of a man who knows his value. Let's dive in. Number 1. The comfort trap. When everything feels perfect, some women get uncomfortable. Why? Because comfort can signal a loss of independence, a fear that they're losing themselves in the relationship. It might not make sense at first. You're showing up, being kind, consistent, emotionally open. Everything seems to be flowing well. And then suddenly, she pulls back. She gets distant, less responsive. You start questioning everything. What did I do wrong? What changed? But here's the truth that many men miss. When things start to feel good, really good, that can trigger something deep inside her. For some women, especially those who've been hurt before or who've had to rely on themselves for emotional survival, good doesn't feel like safety. It feels like risk. The risk of depending on someone, the risk of being vulnerable, the risk of losing control. And when they feel that control slipping, the instinct is to retreat, to protect themselves before they fall too deep. Picture this. You're on a calm boat ride. The sky is clear, the water is still. It's peaceful. But if you've been through storms before, that calm might make you uneasy. You start thinking, is something bad about to happen? Is this too calm? Too perfect? That's how it can feel for her. The very peace you bring might remind her of a peace that didn't last before. This is where Stoicism helps us as men. A Stoic man understands that people are driven by their internal narratives, not always by the present moment. He doesn't panic when the energy shifts. He doesn't beg, chase, or try to fix what isn't his to fix. He stays grounded, anchored, steady. Epictetus once said, "It's not things that disturb us, but our judgment about things." So when she pulls away, the Stoic doesn't make it about himself. He doesn't spiral into anxiety or force closeness. He respects her space, not to manipulate her into coming back, but because he understands that clinging will only confirm her fears. You don't have to keep everything perfect. That's not your role. Your role is to show up with strength, patience, and self-respect. Let her feel that you are not shaken by emotional shifts. That kind of calm is rare and deeply attractive. Because while she might fear losing herself in the relationship, what she really wants is to feel safe enough to be fully herself with you. And that kind of safety comes not from constant reassurance, but from your grounded presence. So if she pulls away when things get good, don't chase. Observe. Don't react. Reflect. Stay steady. Stay stoic. And let her come back on her own terms. If she's meant to, she will. And if not, you haven't lost anything. You've simply stayed true to yourself. Number 2. Fear of vulnerability. As feelings deepen, so does the fear of getting hurt. She may feel exposed, unsure, or overwhelmed by her own emotions. And when those emotions get too intense, too fast, especially when things are going really well. That fear can creep in. Pulling back becomes a shield, a way to breathe, a way to protect herself from the possibility of heartbreak before it even happens. It's not always about you. It's about what the closeness triggers in her. Maybe she's been hurt in the past. Maybe she's never felt this kind of connection before and doesn't know how to hold it. Sometimes love feels safer at a distance. But here's the Stoic truth. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's a test of presence. Just like Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, you don't panic in the face of uncertainty. You observe it. You learn from it. You sit with it, even if it's uncomfortable. This is where your power as a man lies, not in trying to fix her emotions or chase after her when she pulls away, but in standing firm in your own. You let her feel what she needs to feel. You don't guilt her. You don't press. You don't fold. You remain. Not passive, but grounded. And in doing that, you give her the space to face her fear without adding more pressure. She's not pulling away because things are bad. Sometimes she pulls away because things are too good. And when that happens, your role isn't to convince her. Your role is to keep living with strength, clarity, and peace of mind. To show, through your calm, that not all closeness leads to chaos. Let your actions whisper what words can't fix. I'm not here to trap you. I'm here to meet you. If she's ready, she'll come closer. And if not, you'll know you honored yourself and her journey with dignity and stillness, just as any true Stoic would. Now, I want you to take a moment and reflect. Have you ever been in a situation where someone pulled away, not because things were bad, but because they were almost too good? How did you handle it? How did you respond when the distance felt personal? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Drop a comment below, or if you're short on words, just leave this simple sentence. I remain grounded. Your journey matters, and your insights could help someone else walking a similar path. Number 3. The loss of polarity. Masculine energy creates attraction. But when a man becomes too soft, too emotionally dependent, the polarity fades. What once felt magnetic starts to feel neutral. You go from being the man who stirred something deep inside her to just another person who's emotionally available 24/7, always seeking reassurance, always reacting. Slowly, without even realizing it, you start to feel more like a friend than a presence. The tension, the mystery, the leadership, it softens. And that doesn't create desire. It creates comfort without excitement, respect without longing. The Stoic man knows the difference. He doesn't collapse into someone else's emotions. He doesn't lose his center just because someone else is having an emotional storm. He holds his frame, not to dominate, but to protect the space. He's calm, not cold. Strong, not distant. Stoic, not in silence, but in stability. That's a different kind of strength. One that doesn't chase after approval. One that doesn't need to constantly prove love through overexposure. Because the truth is, attraction is born in space, in polarity, in presence. You don't keep a woman's heart by becoming everything to her. You keep it by remaining fully yourself beside her. You lead with grounded energy, not emotional dependence. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. She needs to feel your strength, not in how loud you love, but in how deeply you remain unmoved by fear or rejection. You don't need to be hard, but you must be solid, because real masculine energy doesn't overpower. It anchors, and that's what she truly wants to feel when she lets herself come close. Number 4, subtle tests of depth. Sometimes she pulls away to see how you'll respond, not consciously, but emotionally. It's not always a calculated move. It's more like a subtle, internal test. Her emotions might be swirling, her past might be whispering doubts, or her heart might be afraid of moving too fast. So she pulls back, not to hurt you, but to feel out the energy. Will you panic? Will you chase? Will you lose your cool? Or will you remain the calm in the storm? That's where your true strength as a man is revealed. When everything feels uncertain, can you still hold your frame? Can you stay composed without collapsing into insecurity or over-explaining? That quiet confidence speaks volumes.